Form 3 revision worksheet term 1 for end of term exams for term 1. Okay, number 1. So they ask you to simplify the expression. So 1a, 1 plus 5m plus 6 plus 3m plus 2m. We add the like terms. 1 and 6 is 7. 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So 7 plus 10m. B. 3 by 5t plus 6. Multiply each term, so we get 15t plus 18. C. 12 plus 6x plus 3 by 4x plus 1. Multiply each term, so we'll get 12 plus 6x plus 12x plus 3, which gives you 18x plus 15. D. 4y plus 5 minus 2y minus 6. Expand the brackets for each one, being careful with your signs. So you'll get 4y plus 20 minus 2y plus 12. Add the like terms. 4y minus 2y is 2y. 20 plus 12 is 32. Number 2. So 2a, they want you to simplify and express the answer using exponents. So 9p to the power of 5, q to the minus 15, r to the power of 4, all squared. So you're going to square each term in there. So you get 9 squared, p to the power of 5 squared, q to the minus 15 squared, r to the 4 squared. And that will give you 81. P to the 10, q to the minus 30, r to the 8. B. 3a cube, b minus 5c4 all cube. Let's give you 3 cube, a cube cube, b to the minus 5 cube, and c to the power 4 cube. So that gives you 27, a to the 9, b to the minus 15, and c to the 12. Alright, number 3. Number 3a. Find the product of the following, simplifying your answer. So 5m plus 1 by 3m plus 2. That means 5m by this bracket and 1 by this bracket. So 5m by 3m plus 2 plus 1 by 3m plus 2. And we expand each bracket now. So we'll get 15m squared plus 10m plus 3m plus 2, which gives us 15m squared plus 13m plus 2. B. 3t minus 2 by t plus 4. So that gives us 3t by t plus 4 and minus 2 by t plus 4. So that will give us 3t squared plus 12t, then minus 2t minus 8, being careful with our signs. So that gives us 3t squared plus 10t minus 8. C. 3x minus 5 by 5x minus 1. So that gives us 3x by 5x minus 1 minus 5 by 5x minus 1. That will give us 15x squared minus 3x minus 25x plus 5, because minus by minuses are plus. And that will give us 15x squared minus 28x plus 5. 3D. 4j plus 1 all squared is a perfect square. So we square this, we get 16j squared. We square the 1, that gives us plus 1. And then we say 2 by the first term by the second term. So 2 by 4j by 1. And that will give us 16j squared plus 8j plus 1. If you wish to do it the long way, you may also do so. E 3h minus 2, 3h plus 2. This is a difference of squares because one is a plus and one is a minus. So we say 3h squared and 2 squared, and difference means subtract, so difference of squares. So that gives us 9h squared minus 4. If you wish to do it the long way, you may do it so. Number 4. A, you need to find the greatest common factor, 18x to the 8, 6x to the 9, and 9x to the 10. And the greatest common factor they have in common, number-wise, 3 is the greatest common. And in terms of letters, the highest we go is x to the power of 8. The greatest common factor is 3x to the power of 8. B, we have 32t 6, 8t9, 24t10, and 16t to the power of 9. So in terms of the numbers, the greatest common factor here is 8, and in terms of the letters, the greatest common factor is t to the power of 6. Number 5. They would like you to factorize 20m8 minus 4m5. So the greatest thing they have in common is 4, and the greatest letter is m to the power of 5. So we're left with 5m cubed minus 1. B, 14n to the power of 8 plus 28n to the power of 5. Greatest common factor, 14, and n to the power of 5. So we're left with n cubed plus 2. Number 6. Want you to factorize the following. So 15m cubed minus 25m squared plus 40 minus 24m. So we look to see what's common. So what's common in the first one is 5m squared, and we're left with m minus 5. And the second one, pull out 8, and we're left with 5 sorry, this is 3m minus 5. 5 minus 3m. Now we notice that the signs are different, so we'll make this minus, make this minus, make this plus. So we'll get 5m squared 3m minus 5 minus 8 3m minus 5. Now both of these are common, so we get 3m minus 5, and we are left with 5m squared minus 8. Okay, so let's look at 6b. We have 17t cubed minus 34t squared minus 15t plus 30. We look to see what's common in the first piece. We see that 17t squared is common, so we're left with t minus 2. We look at the second set, we see what's common. Minus 15 is common, so we're left with t minus 2. We pull out t minus 2, and we're left with 17t squared minus 15. C. 3x squared y minus xy plus 6x squared minus 2x. Let's see what's common here. And here we have xy, and we're left with 3x minus 1. And here 2 is common, and we left 2x is common, and we left with 3x minus 1. 3x minus 1 is now common to both, so we're left with x y plus 2x, and we could notice here that x is also common, so we could pull out x from that, and you're left with 2x plus, sorry, you're left with, when you pull out x, you'll be left with y plus 2. Number 7. A. They want you to factorize 7p squared plus 10p plus 3. So 7 by 3 is 21. So you're looking for factors of 21 that add to 10. And that would be 7 and 3. So 7p squared plus 7p plus 3p plus 3. See what's common here? 7p, and we're left with p plus 1. See what's common here? 3, and we're left with p plus 1. So p plus 1 is now common to both, and we're left with 7p plus 3. B. 3t squared plus 2t minus 5. So 3 by minus 5 is minus 15. So factors of minus 15 that add to 2, positive 2. And that will be 5 and minus 3. So 3t squared plus 5t minus 3t minus 5. So what's common here? T is common. We left with 3t plus 5. What's common here? Minus 1. We left with 3t plus 5. We'll get t minus 1. So by 3t plus 5. 7c. 3d squared minus 4d minus 7. So we're looking for factors of minus 21 that add to minus 4. So we could look at minus 7 by 3. So 3d squared minus 7d plus 3d minus 7. It's common here d, so we left with 3d minus 7. Common here 1, so we left with 3d minus 7. 3d minus 7 is now common to both, so we're left with d plus 1. D. K squared minus 6k minus 7. So we're looking at the factors of minus 7 that add to minus 6, and that would be minus 7 multiplied by 1. So that gives us k minus 7, k plus 1, because the coefficient of k squared here is 1. And E, 36z squared minus 49. This is a difference of squares, so it will be 6z and 7, 6z and 7, and one will have a plus and one will have a minus. 7f, 121f squared minus 220f plus 100. So we notice that this is a perfect square and this is a perfect square. And when we check the middle here, if we multiply 2 by this term, 1, 2, 1, 2 by, if we multiply 2 by 11f by 10, which is the square root of this and the square root of this, you would get the 220f. So therefore it's a perfect square, where it's 11f, 10, and they are minusing. All squared. Number 8, they want you to solve the equations. So 6u minus 7, u minus 3 equals 0. So either 6u minus 7 equals 0 or u minus 3 equals 0, which means that u equals 7 over 6 or u equal 3. 8b, 6t t minus 1 equals 0, either 6t equals 0 or t minus 1 equals 0, which means that t equals 0 or t equal 1. 8c. So 8c is 6g squared minus 47g minus 8 equals 0. So the first thing we have to do is factorize. So you're looking at factors of minus 48 that add to minus 47. So that would be minus 48 by 1. So that's 6g squared minus 48g plus g minus 8 equals 0. 6g is common here, so you're left with g minus 8, plus 1 is common here, left with g minus 8. So g minus 8 is common to both. G minus 8, 6g plus 1 equals 0. And now we write the proper statement, either g minus 8 equals 0 or 6g plus 1 equals 0. That will give us g equal 8 or g equal minus 1 over 6. 8d, x squared minus 3x equals 0. X is common here, so we get x minus 3 equals 0. So either x equals 0 or x minus 3 equals 0. So x equals 0, x equals 3. And e, m squared minus 4m equals 5. We minus 5 from both sides because a quadratic must be equal to 0 if we're going to solve it. So we get m squared minus 4m minus 5 equal 0. So now we're looking for the factors of minus 5 that add to minus 4. That'll be minus 5 by 1. So m squared minus 5m plus m minus 5 equals 0. M into m minus 5 plus 1, m minus 5 equals 0. M minus 5 is common to both. M plus 1 equals 0. So either m minus 5 equals 0 or m plus 1 equals 0. So m would be equal to 5 or m would be equal to minus 1. Number 9, A. So they want you to solve 2x plus 3y equal 4 and 4x plus y equal 1. You can use any of the methods you want. I will use substitution. So from equation 2, we get that y is equal to 1 minus 4x, and we'll call this equation 3. And now I'm going to substitute equation 3 into equation 1. So I will get 2x plus 3 by 1 minus 4x equal 4. 2x plus 3 minus 12x equal 4. Minus 10x minus 10x is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1 over 10. Substitute that into any of the equations above. I'll get that y is equal to 1 minus 4 by minus 1 over 10, which gives me 1 plus 4 over 10, which gives me 1.4. So x is equal to minus 0.1 and y is equal to 1.4. 9b. The cost of 4 pencils and 1 ruler is $11. The cost of 2 pencils and 1 ruler is $7. Let the cost in dollars of a pencil be P and the cost of a ruler be R. They want two equations to represent the information given above. So 4 pencils, 4p, plus 1 ruler, which is 1r, is equal to $11, and 2 pencils and 1 ruler is equal to $7. The elimination is the simplest. All they ask for in the beginning actually is the two equations. That is the two equations. Now they're asking you to solve the equations to determine the value of P and R. So the simplest one is elimination. If we minus it, we'll get 2P. This R's will eliminate, and 11 take away 7 is 4. Divide both sides by 2. So P is equal to 2. If P is equal to 2, we can substitute that in any of the equations. 4 plus R is equal to 7, so then R is definitely 3. So the price of a pencil is $2 and the price of a ruler is $3. 9b, they want us to solve the following using a graph. So you can take a graph page and draw out the two graphs. X plus y, you choose 2 to 3 points. So you'll draw up a x and y table, and you can choose 0 and 1 if you wish. When x is 0, y is 4. When x is 1, y is 3. And you will get a line looking something like this on your graph page. And the second one, when x is 0, y is 1. When x is 1, y is 2. So you'll get a line going this kind of way. Remember on your graph to put in your scale. Remember to label your lines so that you'll know where they meet. And we look to see where they meet to read it off to know where x and y are the same. So that would be so when you read your graph, once you draw it accurately, you should get that x would be 1.5 and y would be 2.5. So x equal 1.5, y equal 2.5. And this brings us to the end of the worksheet. Best of luck in your exams.